Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I hope everything's okay in your life. In this video, we will review the global app patch notes for April 26, 2024. Finally, they shared the details of the node war changes. I can say it is a quite detailed patch. I have tried my best to correct any wrong translation and present the information to you accurately. Finally, a node war system added to the game where intrigues and the dramas will disappear and it awaits for you. It's like a deathmatch mode has been added to the BDO. Without further ado, let's dive into the nodes. Before we go into details, let me read the developer's note. Since it was the first added to the Black Desert world, Node War, which has experienced big and small changes with adventurers, this Node War reorganization focused on the easing the difficulty of participation, active and healthy battles, and the convenience. Accordingly, we expect that the revamped Node War will change in the directions that allows for lighter preparations and fiercer battles. We plan to listen to the opinions of adventurers from various regions and make changes in the newly reorganized Node War. As Black Desert Node War is a content enjoyed by many adventurers and it's a long history, we will do our best to provide you with a more interesting Node Wars. So let's start from this table. The progression day from Sunday to Friday excluding Saturday because there's a siege war. Progress time only 1 hour, it's from 21 to 22. It's based on the Korean official, it may change depends to your server. Node War application time. Applications can be made from the day of the base war until 1 hour before the start time. The guild leader or alliance leader adventures applies by selecting a participation territory group. There are 3 different groups: Balenos or Serendia, Medea or Valencia, Calfen or Camasilia. Only the day of the Node War participating territories are confirmed 15 minutes before the start time. Of course, there are participant limits in the regions. For Balenos and Serendia, 35 is maximum and 1 war hero is allowed. Medea and Valencia, 70 people is maximum, 3 war hero is maximum. Calfen and Camasilia, 100 people maximum, 5 war hero is maximum. There are caps in nodes. Balenos and Serendia, there are caps in everything you can check in table. For Medea and Valencia, there is no cap on hit rate, accuracy rate, special accuracy, resists, and the maximum HP. Calfen and Camasilia, there is no cap in anything. The goal of the Node War is to occupy the fortress through the battle with the adventurers from the other guilds and to win by defending it before the end time for each fortresses. So what about rules? Node Wars will be held on the territory by territory basis rather than the existing node area basis. As before, forts are not built in the old node areas, and forts at random locations are activated depending on the number of the guilds that have applied to participate in the base war using the territory as a stage. Each activated fortress has a set end time, and when this time arrives during the Node War, the guild that finally occupied the fortress becomes the owner of the fortress. Node Wars are held by territory, not by existing node area. Therefore, the entire territory, excluding the safe area, is divided into Node War battle area. As the Node War progress on the territory by territory basis, the Node War progress area displayed UI on the left side of the minimap has been removed. When a Node War is in progress, the entire Node War server is subject to stat restrictions appropriate for each territory. So how you can activate the neutral fortress? Depending on the number of guilds or alliances participating in the Node War in each territory, the number of nodes activated when the Node War starts varies. For example, when there are 3 guilds that have applied for a base war and are confirmed to participate in the Balenos region, 1 base fortress will be activated. When there are 4, 2 base fortress. When there are 5, again 2 base fortress. When there are 6, 3 base forts will be there. So in the finally, the number of the guilds confirmed to participate in each territory range from the minimum 1 to maximum 30. The number of the castles activated according to range from the minimum 1 to maximum 15. Types and the end times of node fortresses. The tier of the nodes fortresses that are activated are as follows, and that the end time is set randomly for each fortresses. The higher the fortress level, the closer it is the center of the territory and the higher the rewards. After the end time set for each castle has passed, the final occupation guild for that castle is determined. When a node war begins, you can check the number of the activated nodes and remaining time on the world map and the widget on the right side of the screen. In the territory node status widget, you can check the neutral, occupied, liberated and terminated status of the fortresses, and you can check the end time of each fortresses in the minutes. The remaining health of the fortress is not displayed in the territory node status widget. After the Node War begins, if you attack an activated neutral fortress and they consume all of its durability, the guild will temporarily occupy the fortress. The guild that has occupied the fortress can see the fortress in the blue on the world map. All guilds that participated in the node war can check which guild is occupying the fortress in the territory node status. In this state, if the castle is attacked by another guild and the durability of the castle is used up again, the guild will temporarily occupy the castle again. By the way, temporarily occupied fortresses cannot be dismantled. At the end of the node fortresses, the guild that maintains temporary occupation will finally occupy it. The guild that finally conquers the node is considered to have won the node, and its participation in the node war ends immediately. In a node war, only one fortress can be conquered per day. After the final occupation, the guild's participation in the node war ends. When a guild is occupying multiple castles, only the castle that was defended until the capture time is occupied first, and the remaining castles are changed to neutral castles. Node war rewards are immediately paid to the guild funds and the Black Spirit's gift box. The guilds or alliances that temporarily occupied the node forces can repair the fortress as before. You can use polished stone, and every polished stone is equal to 1% durability. You can see the detailed view of each territory fortress level. The level of the fortress is unrelated to each node war stage prior the node war reorganization, and the higher the level of the fortress, the more taxes it acquires upon occupation. The higher of the fortress, the more centrally located it is in the territory where the node war is taking place. The number of the activated fortress in each territory is determined by the number of the guilds or alliances participating in the territory. Not gonna lie, I really like the idea of the centrally located nodes are being the higher tier and higher rewards, so it will make them more in the middle of the fight and easy to reach. What you think about this subject? Please let me know in the comment section. There's an amazing quality of life update about Node and Siege. The camp setup rules related to the Node and Siege war times have been changed. You can use the campsite 10 minutes before the start of the base war or even while in the base war in progress. So there is no time limit or there is no restriction for your campsite. It's amazing, isn't it? There is a gather mechanism, means the node war call or siege call and resurrection changes. The call of the node war, the function is automatically displayed in the upper right corner of the screen on the node war progress server 10 minutes before the start of the node war. When you click on the call function, each participating guilds will be moved to the designated coordinates of each village in the territory. So what about respawn and resurrection? It has been improved, so when reviving during the node war, death mounts are also revived. Amazing quality of life. If a character dies during a node war, the resurrection location can be selected at the designated coordinates of the village for each territory. You can see the details in below. So what about the rules? The default respawn wait time is 10 seconds and can be increased to maximum to 30 seconds. The extended resurrection waiting time increased by 1 second for each minute of battle progress and by an additional 1 second for each number of deaths. So let's talk about node war auxiliary buildings and the siege weapons. As the node war has been reorganized, the remote installation function for forts and auxiliary buildings has been changed to no longer be available. In the revamped node war, there is no need to construct a fortress or annex building before the proceeding with the node war. Annex buildings can be used by constructing designated auxiliary buildings using the auxiliary constructions tool after the start of the node war. You can purchase and use node war and siege war accessory construction tools and the node war lynch cannon assembly set from the NPC in each village. Installation of auxiliary buildings using the auxiliary construction tools and the installation of lynch cannons in node war can be done by any guild member except war heroes. The maximum number of the cannons installed in node war is 2. During a base or the siege war, the installation time of the auxiliary buildings installed through the node war or siege war attached construction tool has been adjusted from 15 seconds to 5 seconds. During node and siege war, the time to create flag reduced from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. The time required for produce an elephant at the elephant farm is 5 minutes, the same as before. Once the node war begins, you can use auxiliary construction tool to construct and use auxiliary buildings anywhere in the node war area. This is pretty interesting. A certain amount of the guild funds are consumed when constructing an annex building, and the maximum number that can be constructed is specified. Annex buildings can be constructed as long as you have guild funds regardless of whether you occupy or own the castle or not. Here are some examples for the auxiliary buildings. 500 million silver for Flame Tower and 500 million silver for Huacha. What do you think about these numbers? So let's talk about what are the benefits of occupying a node. Of course, there is a node tax. When occupying a node, you can obtain the taxes accumulated in the node as guild funds, just like before. Guild funds are used to allowances received by the guild members after completing the guild missions, incentives based on the guild member activities, and purchasing guild items to use guild skills. So what about personal rewards? When occupying a node, you can also obtain personal rewards depending on the level of the fortress. Acquiring personal rewards will be immediately paid to Black Spirit's gift box upon final capture of the fortress. Depending on the level of the fortress before the node, you can obtain personal rewards among the guild members who participate in and win a node war. Adventurers in the top 5% of active players will receive additional items. But I didn't see any type of adjustments about the current node war rewards. Maybe they will share it in future, so I'm sorry for that. Double node investment benefits. So this is actually when you make your node level to level 20, and also if you have that nodes, it was doubling the 10%, it was making the nodes, for only that the nodes is making the drop rate to the 20%. They have changed that thing a little bit. Previously, when occupying a node, the effect of doubling the node investment benefit of the hunting ground connected to the node has been changed as follows. When a node is occupied, the node investment benefits of the territory to which the node belongs to the other territories of the group to which the territory belongs are doubled for 1 week. So there is an example of the changes. For example, it's saying that Valencia's Pilgrim Sanctuary, so when occupying this node, node investment benefits for all nodes in Medaya and Valencia are double. This is a little bit interesting, isn't it? So let's say that you have the Gyphon Underground, and the Gyphon Underground is level 20. So when you get that node, it will increase the entire Kamasilia and Kalfian region by 20%. Whoa! Extra changes and adjustments due to the node war reorganization. The first one is Battlefield Fighting Spirit. The two types of guild skills, Breath of Life, Blessing of the Battle, that can consume Battlefield Fighting Spirits that can only be used during the node war have been changed as follows. After the change, used by the consuming the fighting spirits of the battlefield while temporarily occupying the fort, effect only applies around the temporarily occupied castle. Trap type of item changes. As before, a maximum of 3 trap type items can be used per person during a base war. In the revamped node war system, as there is a possibility that a node war will be held in the node fortress designated for each territory, the occupation information of the node war fortress has been changed to be reset every day. Accordingly, the limitation of only being able to occupy a maximum of 3 nodes per week has been removed. Accordingly, when the castle Lord Guild participates in the node war and wins, it has been changed to occupy the castle rather than liberate it. However, the Songja guilds, probably this is the castle owner, participation in the base war will remain the same at a maximum of twice a week. Whether the castle owner guild wins the node war, they can also obtain the node war rewards such as taxes by occupying the fortress rather than liberating it. Let's talk about the opportunity to participate in node war. In the revamped node war system, you can participate in a node war without building a fortress, and the node war participation opportunity system has been changed as follows. The condition for returning opportunities to participate in a node war have changed. Returned if the total number of the kills and deaths in the guild of the adventurers who participates in the node war is 100 or more. Conditions for participation in the siege war. Regardless of territory, you can participate in the siege war if you succeed in conquering even in one final location, like even in one node. In reorganized node war system, the occupied nodes are reset every day, but regardless of this, you can participate in the conquest war when you can occupy one or more nodes from Sunday to Friday. So what about War of the Roses? When the fortress is completed in a node war, the War of the Roses battlefield point earned at each stage of the territory are as follows. You can check on the table. As the node war has been reorganized, the existing guild membership time limit has been adjusted as follows. You can check in table again. Lastly, we have a quality of life change for this week. The item description has been added to the allow you to check accumulated Agris Essence value within your family. Item descriptions can be checked through the items in the bag, items in the integrated exchange, which means central market, and items linked in the chat window. By the way, if you wish, you can also check out the video prepared by our lovely CM Layla from Korean server. I've left the link to this video, which has been translated into approximately 12 different languages, and it is in the description section. I hope you guys like my contents. Do not forget, BDO is just a game. Have a nice game.